Hey guys, I'm Kaylin, and this is the Chocolate Milk Show. I am a student at a college. You guys don't need to know where I go to school. No, anyway, I'm a media student. I am radio, television, and film. I have a minor in speech communications, and I'm studying to be a cinematographer. But I have a podcast show with my boyfriend, beloved boyfriend, and he's my co-host. And I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, I'm John. I am a civil engineering major / art major. Graduating this semester. Pretty excited about that.
Graduate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this show is going to be pretty important for us. I would say it's going to be pretty much us, arguing.
Not arguing. We'll have it'll be
a tether.
A bit of a tether, but I would say it's not really an argument because it's gonna be more organized. So more just a bit of bickering in there every once in a while, but more so just a discussion where sometimes our views may vary, but sometimes they may be the same. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah,
I agree.
Okay, so moving on. So our first topic we're gonna discuss today is it's like a what would you do? Yeah, there you go. What would you do? And so. The situation, it's refund season, everybody knows that, for school and everything, tax refund, school refund, whatever. So if you were accidentally given too much money, like way over the amount, I'm not talking $20 over the amount, I'm not even talking really $200, I'm talking like $2,000. Like if they gave you $2,000 extra than you were supposed to, or something crazy like $2 million in some instances, would you return the money?
This is a great question, and I think it's very important to understand how much money they went over, because if they gave two extra $1,000,
so it depends.
Yeah, I would definitely say it depends, because everything is documented. They didn't accidentally give it to you. Sometimes they audit you because they're trying to see if you're gonna do the right thing. Happens all the time.
No.
It happens to celebrities. It happens to regular people. It happens to the elites. And quite frankly, if they gave me anything over $2,000, I'm definitely bringing that back. So if
they gave you $1,000 and what is it? $1,999.90.
then it's under the $2,000 threshold. So I mean, we good. At the end of the day, we got to pay it back. So
you gotta pay it back. No, you don't. Oh, you mean
because
refund? Oh, you mean school? Because tax refunds, you don't have to pay it back.
Oh, they fucked up in that case. If it's tax refunds, then
they messed up, and you're gonna keep it.
Yeah, no matter what.
Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. One time I got a refund from school, and I didn't know that I was getting one, and this guy was like, no, call him. You don't touch that money. You need to call them, because what if you have to? Yeah, you were nervous. I wasn't nervous. You were. I know you remember that. That was like
I'm still kind of nervous about that, because I feel like it's going to come back.
Exactly. And I think that, exactly. And rightfully so. So, I think I would do the same. I think it really depends on the money. Because if they gave me $200 extra, $200, $300.
No, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
I mean, I would still contact somebody. I would probably just contact the person who does my taxes if it were a tax refund. And then if it were a school refund, I'd go to the Bell Bill. Okay, now you know where I go to school. All right. But anyway, moving on. Yeah. So I think we kind of agree with that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm just going to transition into the next topic. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing of Monique in the news, but I'm gonna ask.
Hello, my friends.
Will you stand with me? I love us. No, I want to know though. What do you feel like we should have boycotted Netflix?
I feel like Netflix does too much for the culture.
Too much. So Netflix. They're for the culture.
I wouldn't say 100%, but I feel like they were offering Monique what her draw-in was. Monique hasn't really been in anything that's successful in the past decade. Monique's a legend. At this point, she may be the greatest black female comedian of all time. But when it comes to Netflix, these executives. These executives, they're thinking, okay, how much money are we going to bring in? How many people are going to stream it? And, the difference between Chappelle, Cat Williams, Seinfeld, these guys are constantly on on like the chilling circuit, you know, getting their like price up with stand-ups. And you know, Monique, you know, she's been focused more on movies, you know, and you know, it's good for her. But she's also
she also has an Oscar, so don't do her. That's good for her.
But I was about to say that she's also been blackballed, so that also plays a huge role.
Right, and we know that she's not the first person to be blackballed. But I heard the other day, I found out in class.
Not to mention, she was blackballed by black people.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I found out the other day in class that apparently she spoke ill of Oprah Winfrey, and apparently you don't do that. I found out, to my knowledge, I had no idea, that we were talking about black female comedians and how she was up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But apparently I found out the other day that, what's her face? What is her face?
Wanda Sykes?
No, shut up. She's good. Okay, so she's one of them. But I found out that Whoopi Goldberg was a comedian before.
Oh, yeah.
She was like a serious drama.
And Whoopi so when Monique kind of played herself on Sway saying she was the most decorated comedian alive.
Whoopi? You mean
Monique?
Yeah, Monique.
When she went on Sway and saying that, you know, she was the most decorated.
Which, by the way, guys, I had no idea she said that shit. I don't understand why she would say that.
I stand with Monique, and I do feel like they hold her on the asking price.
They hold her completely.
Whoopi has an Oscar. Whoopi has a Grammy. Whoopi has a Tony, and I believe Whoopi has an Emmy. So Whoopi has like an award in every.
Emmy is like daytime TV, right?
I believe so.
Whoopi
and Golden. She. I mean, I could be wrong. I gotta double check. But she's like very versatile.
She's extremely decorated. So but a lot of people don't consider her a comedian. I think that's where the issue comes into play. She's not even thinking. Not only was Monique not thinking about other comedians that are technically comedians, black women. Mm-hmm. She's not thinking about the ones that are obviously comedians. Like you brought up Wanda Sykes. That's a perfect example of comedian, a black female comedian.
Some more.
That she's Lonnie Love. Also, you know, I think we can just go ahead on and say that there's a mixture of issues in the two. Monique plays a role in thinking she's a lot bigger than what she actually is. Mm-hmm. And in Netflix also, they're both really far, like far ends of the spectrum. Mm-hmm. She probably values herself as far as what she's willing, like what she could make for the company way too much. And then Netflix probably like they thought she couldn't make enough. I guess they what's the word I'm looking for? Like I guess they devalued her.
Yeah.
The opposite of value. No, guys, I'm sorry. It's late and I've had 2 glasses of wine.
And I also learned from the Joe Budden podcast that she came to Netflix first, and that kind of takes away all your bargaining power because that, you know,
like clearly you need us.
Yeah, you need us.
You came to us.
And apparently she was offered by another company $3 million, and she turned that down. So it's not looking good.
Which is weird, but
not to mention Tiffany Haddish just signed a new deal, so people are gonna be looking at that saying, well, you know,
there's Tiffany can do it. For y'all,
you know,
I
mean,
I wanted to say something so bad,
but Tiffany is hot, and that's what it's all about. We in the social media age, we have short attention spans. You gotta be hot, and that means like, you know. But Monique may be getting hot since she, you know.
I mean, this right here is something to talk about.
She going through the rollout.
But if you ever look at any of her old shows and everything like that, she's a bit they don't age well. Her comedy, especially in the era we're in, like of like people being really like really not. I don't want to use the word sensitive, but for lack of a better word, at this very moment right now, sensitive. I guess I suppose with the content and everything, it just doesn't age well. She talks a lot about, you know, like for example, skinny girls. She talks a lot about skinny girls, and there's nothing wrong with being skinny. Just like Fat
Girls is a classic, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, so.
All right, so moving on to our next subject, we're going to be talking about HBCU confessions. If you guys,
we're going to try to sneak one of those into every episode, because if you know anything about the Twitter account HBCU confessions, they are wild.
And that is at HBCU confessions on the Twitter. Okay, so I'm going to read 2 this episode and kind of give feedback. Caitlin's going to give me her feedback. This one is from BCU. All right, met this girl. She's dope as fuck, down to earth, understanding, loves God out of this world, smart, beautiful on the inside and out, suck dick from every angle possible. Which, by the way, those shouldn't be in the same breath. And fuck good is fucking hella thick, but I'm afraid what my brothers might say, since she is not a baddie like the rest. BCU. All right, I'm gonna help this young man out.
Wait, let me get my course.
All right.
Go back and forth.
All right.
Wow, we talked about that. Okay. No, this is an ongoing issue. I don't know if it's an issue in all the communities. I just know it's an issue for sure in the black community. With guys valuing, let me correct that, their boys' opinion more than they value their own opinion. If you like this girl, if she does everything you need or require from a woman, if she is your type, or just a good version of your type, whatever, you know, it's just all these good things you have to say about her, then why would you let your boy's opinion about her dictate whether or not you want to be with her? It's just, to me, it's just way too, you care too much about what other people. At the end of the day, you're not gonna lay down that night with her and him. You're just gonna lay with her. Somebody,
they might.
It's just too much.
They might.
Well, on that, I'll just let you give your opinion.
Well, I mostly agree because some guys have this thing where they feel like, you know, it's legit homies over hoes, like the Boondocks. Like that wasn't the game. Like that's a legit problem that, you know, young black men face. It's like, yeah, like she cold, like she do everything I need her to do, like she the one I've been looking for, but like I don't think like my homie's gonna like her like that. And from his phrasing, he said, since she's not a baddie like the rest.
I'm guessing that means
which would imply that from the looks of it, he doesn't. It's weird because it's like he doesn't think his.
It sounds like she's not their type. Which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's like she good for me, but are my friends gonna be attracted to her? You shouldn't even be worried about.
And then it's guys, I don't even understand. Like, what is it? Do you want your friends to be attracted to your girl, or do you not want them to be attracted to you? What is it? Let me know, because from where I'm sitting, I would think that you would not want them to be. You would want their approval, I suppose, because it's humanistic, you know. But you wouldn't want them to be all that attracted to her to the point where they
trying to talk to you because your boys will try to talk to your girl.
I mean, well, what kind of friends do you have? They hit that hoe, you know what I'm saying? What kind of friends do you have?
And the best comment underneath this thread is from Convos with F Boy. He says, "Leave her be." Ellipsis. What's her IG though? And that's true, because if you're not gonna appreciate her, another man will.
I know that's right.
All right, so moving to the next one. All right, this one's a little explicit, so I'm going to try to censor myself.
Another HBCU.
All right, this one's from
Confession.
FAMU.
For y'all boys.
So there's this guy I'm feeling, and he wants to give me head, but my vagina is skinny AF. And my clit and everything hangs out, and I feel so self-conscious. I'm wondering, do niggas really care about that shit?
What school is this from?
FAMU.
Oh, FAMU. I was about to say, I know a bitch. Nah. Let me give my opinion. Just so guys know, I'm pretty sure the girls who are listening to this, they know, you know what I'm saying? Vaginas don't all look the same. So as far as like what we've been sold with porn and little plush porn on what the TV and shit like that. Excuse my language. I'm trying not to curse so much. But yeah, what we've been fed is just like a very diet version of what a body is or what it's supposed to look like. You know, it's just not highly representative. It's not a what am I looking for? Gosh, I shouldn't have drunk that wine. Nah. It's just not a good representation of the general population when it comes to females, okay? Right. And what their bodies look like. So, if you're expecting the girl's vagina to always look how it looks on porn, then you're just gonna be, every once in a while, you're gonna be, you're gonna be disappointed because it's not always gonna look like that. Nope. And so, with that being said, there are vaginas that have the labia minora and majora, whatever, coming out of protruding or whatever. Or the labia minora protruding out of the labia majora. Point blank period. If the girl's vagina doesn't look how you're used to, then why don't you just educate yourself? Or if you ever come into contact or whatever with a different looking vagina than you're used to seeing, then just do some research and you'll find on your own that they don't all look the same.
Yeah, Google. Yep.
I mean, so
vaginas are like.
And to her, yes. guys do care about that kind of stuff because a lot of guys are ignorant to the female body. Believe it or not, I'm sorry. A lot of guys are. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying most. I just said a lot, which is relative. So I'll leave it at that. So if he ain't with it, girl, fuck him.
Girl, dump him.
Girl, dump him.
Just to add a little bit more to piggyback on what what Kayla was saying. Guys have to stop, looking at a couple vaginas and forming an opinion on, what a vagina is supposed to look like. We do not have vaginas. All dicks don't look alike. So that doesn't mean that doesn't mean
where's my cup?
That doesn't mean that all vaginas look alike. But I want to speak for the side of the men who really do not care, because if it was skinny, you're self-conscious about it, it is your man's job or your boyfriend's job or whoever you're messing with, to make you feel comfortable.
Your one night stand's job.
If you're not comfortable with doing something, then don't do it. And like Fran says at Ash the Brat, she says, do it with the lights off, hun, then he can't see it. This is true.
Okay, see, my thing is, she said he wanted to eat her out, right? He wants to give her a head. Okay.
You can't see it.
He's gonna feel it. If he knows how to eat vagina, he's gonna feel the difference. But the big issue for me is, like, if you're not confident with what you got going on down there, you're gonna make him, before he even knows what's going on, he may not even know that, it's supposed to look a certain way, whatever. You're gonna make him feel like something's wrong,
And then he's gonna adjust to your body.
Exactly.
Like, okay, maybe she think her pussy skinny.
Girl, you better go with your skinny and live your life.
It sounds like she's talking about the outside, because apparently everything else hang out, and most guys like that anyway, because
like what, a prolapse? I mean, I ain't making fun of you, girl, but I mean, let me stop. You know what, girl, do your thing, live your life, and let your pussy live his life.
And like Young Forlorn, Young_Forlorn93 says, nah, we don't care. All food is good when you're really hungry.
Well, that sounds a little desperate, but all right, good for him. All right, moving on. The last subject.
I wish my pussy was skinny.
This guy. What is wrong with him? Y'all, I'm with him. Every once in a while, I just be like, wow, I'm really with him. He say some crazy stuff, like, just, so be prepared. Last subject. Okay, remind me never. Just remind me to be sober. Okay, so the last subject, my friends, is like a question that it's gonna be more towards, I guess, people who have kids and families and stuff like that. If you don't have kids or don't plan on having kids, it's not so much for you. You can formulate your own opinion, but we don't want to hear it. So here we go. Should you let your children be in the room when you are giving birth? And I say this because, like, hospitals don't always let that happen. I mean, they usually don't only let like one person in the room, especially if you're having like a cesarean section, C-section, whatever. But if you're at home, like I plan, if one day, I have kids, I plan to have a home birth, natural, whatever, in the pool, the birthing pool, and all that. And if I already have a child, I say let them be in the room when I'm giving birth, because I honestly feel like we should start normalizing women's bodies. I feel like we shouldn't do the hush hush. Menstrual cycles exist, but let's not talk about it, or like just stuff like that. Like vaginas, they produce life and babies come out of them, but let's just not talk about that until it's time for you to give birth. Like, a lot of people don't even know a lot of stuff about birth, and a lot of women, to be more specific, don't know a lot about birth until they have children. I think we should start changing that. I think we should start changing that narrative and change how we do things. And I'm gonna let y'all hear his opinion, because I know it differs from mine. So
it definitely differs, but I feel like we could definitely come to a consensus. I honestly believe that we're in an age where everything is desensitized. I saw a cartel man cut the heart out of
Don't tell these people about that, John.
Yeah.
This man
And I
looks
didn't
at
blink.
videos on Twitter,
And I didn't blink.
and he can already tell before it really gets gruesome. He can already tell it's about to be bad, but he just watches it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And then he tries, he tries to show me like little parts, little bits and pieces. And I am not desensitized. I can't watch that
They
stuff.
cut that man heart out.
And I don't want to. And
Exposed
see,
it.
and okay, so he gonna still talk. He gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're
crazy.
squeamish, don't listen to him.
Follow Morbid on Twitter.
Do not.
For all your gore needs. Yeah, but I like to say that it depends on our child and their personality, what they're ready for, and also the age. Because if they're 5, I feel like, women's bodies should be normalized. Childbirth should be normalized. But it may be too much for the child, depending on the age, personality, and maturity level. So I say it should be a vetting process as far as, okay, are they ready? Can they be in a room? Most adults can't be in a room. So,
Stop saying most.
Most adults can't be in a room.
That's such a general.
Hey, that's what Google say. Google say most.
Okay, Google it. Show the people.
They're not gonna be able to see. But I just feel like I don't want to make the decision for my child, and they're scarred because they saw mommy bloody vagina, and they saw little sister, and it's a beautiful process. I think childbirth is beautiful. However, I am a fully functional adult. I'm also
semi-functional.
they're not fully functional adults.
I didn't say they were. Are they functional?
They're functional kids. Their brains are not as developed as adult minds. That's all I'm saying. I'm very desensitized. So childbirth is going to be nothing for me. It's going to be a breeze. I'm going to be in there with my Cheetos. However, my child...
Insensitive. Of course it's going to be a breeze for you. Because you ain't having a child. Okay. Are we moving on?
Well, in the future, men going to be able to have babies. So
Oh, well, you wait
I can't
to the
wait.
future. And I'm going to wait to the future to give you a child. How about that?
Elon must work on that for
All
us.
right.
All right. So I would say it depends on the maturity level. And, just where we are. If it's a natural birth, if we're going to be in a natural birth in the hospital, that's also possible. Depends on, what our child care physician says.
Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to do a podcast. Thank you.
Definitely need a studio.
Yeah, we need a studio. Never mind. That's why we don't have one.
Jason, studio.
I am not fully functional. I'm not a fully functional adult. No. We do need a studio, but we are young. Did you say a pussy bird?
Pussy bird.
Moving on. We are young adults, broke college students at that. Mm-hmm. Well, one of us is not gonna be a broke college student.
I'm about to graduate. Get
in
that
a
bread.
little while. Get that
Hey,
bread.
Get that bread.
Nathan.
Shout out to Wale.
Wale who?
Wale for long.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
We need to know how to.
All right. Anyway, this concludes the first
Chocolate Milk Podcast.
First episode 1. We're gonna try to be savvy with our podcast titles, but we can't all be creative.
And this title is For the Bag, episode 1. Or we should just call it Pilot.
See if the people want more. All right. Pilot. So you can follow us both at our personal Instagrams. Mine is at Kaylin Love with 3 E's. And
mine is Teflon John, except the O in Teflon is a 0 because the username has been taken by like 30 drug cartels already.
He got an extra one, so if you don't want to type out that in, just follow me.
Or you can follow my art page.
And if you follow me, you'll find him in the comments.
That's true, because I'm thirsty. And I'm watching all these niggas out here.
Okay, moving on. If you want to, you can follow our joint account. We just made it. It is called The Chocolate Milk Show.
Again, that's The Chocolate Milk Show.
And yeah, that's Instagram. And of course, we have Snapchats. Mine is at Kaylin Love with 3 E's, and his is something else, whatever.
Yeah, you guys might get that yet.
Yeah, so we'll be in touch, I guess. If the people want more, we'll see. I don't know. All right. Bye, guys.
You fun, John Taylor.